Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be reacting to the brand new LEGO Ninjago Seabound trailer that was released, and I'll also be doing a breakdown for the trailer as well after we watch it. Now keep in mind, I have seen the first two episodes of Seabound now, and I've done reactions and reviews for both of those episodes, so you can check those out as well on the channel if you're interested. But for now, let's get straight into it here and check out this trailer, and I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
The pulse appears to originate from deep below the surface.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that, the pulse going out.
Figure it out.
Oh.
Mother and daughter working together.
That's cool.
Surface struggles in my platforms.
Oh, wow, Prince Kalmar's
No
voice.
idea what we'll find down here.
Give me the amulet.
You're the master of water. There's no one more connected to the sea than you.
Oh, that was cool.
This will be fun.
And there we go. It's a pretty quick trailer. It was just a small one that aired on Teletoon, but that looks really cool. There's going to be a little bit that I can break down with this, of course. We'll go over it just really briefly, but without further ado, let's get on to that portion of the video. Alright, so now we're going to get into the breakdown portion of the video here, and I'm going to start doing that now, so I just wanted to line that up for the video. But we start off here in the trailer by seeing the energy pulse going off here that we did see in episode 2 of Seabound, so it's hitting Ninjago City right there, and of course, that's when we saw it affect all of the ninja at the monastery. And then we have the text, "The only way," right here, and then we get a look at the Hydro Whippers here, or whatever you want to call them, the eels, whatever they wind up being. They could even be the Merlopians. I've seen some theories about that, and I even made a video discussing the possibility of that as well. But we can see here that at least they do have ordinary like minifigure legs, at least when they're not directly in the water. So that's definitely very interesting. I'm wondering if once they go into the water and they submerge themselves, if maybe they grow mermaid tails or anything like that. So I'm not too sure honestly how that's going to work, or if there's just going to be straight up mermaids within this season and we'll see them later on in the season. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but nonetheless they look super cool. I really love their designs here. I like their tridents. I think that they just look really fantastic. And then if we move forward in the trailer here, we can see Nia and Maya, who seem to be handcuffed right here, and it seems to be attached to some sort of water thing, so I'm not sure if they're drawing power from them or if it's anything of that sort, but we get to see those get broken off. I'm not sure by who. It seems to be electricity, but I'm wondering if these guys are the ones who are freeing them. I'm honestly not too sure what's happening there, if they're going to be helping them or if they're going to be working with Kalmar. I'm honestly not too sure at this point. It kind of looks like it just could be like Jay's lightning breaking them off, something like that. So that's what I'm assuming it would more so likely be. So very interesting there, even though they do look pretty shocked and they look like they're like bracing themselves. So it really seems like it is going to be these characters here who are kind of saving them and maybe going against Kalmar. So I'm not too sure here. That's kind of just a mini theory there that they might be working together with them. And then we see to save the surface right here. We get a look at Kalmar here, and I just have to say he has such a cool and unique voice in this trailer. I thought that was really cool because when you see a villain in Ninjago, they always have that typical sort of like Garmadon voice where it's a much more evil and deep sounding voice, but it was a nice change up here with Kalmar. I think that's really unique and definitely differentiates the character in a whole other way, as well as the design here, which just looks fantastic. It's one of the best looks that we've had at Kalmar here, and he just looks amazing. I love all of the glowing parts on his like skin there. It just looks absolutely fantastic. And we also see another sort of character here on the side who I'm not sure who they are, but they seem to have almost like, I'm not even sure what you call it, but an eyepiece right there going around. I'm not sure if they're going to be a more important character, and that's why they look a bit different from some of the other Hydro Whippers. So I'm not too sure there, but it's definitely pretty unique. And then if we move forward here, we can see more of them here, and they do seem to be working with Kalmar here. So I'm not sure if they're going, if like some of them are going to be working for Kalmar and then some of them are going to rebel against him. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but it's definitely really interesting. We get to see Nia sort of running off here from them. We see a statue of Kalmar as well, which is really interesting. And then if we move forward here, we can see Maya as well going with Nia also, and it seems like Nia has taken one of of the tridents as well, which is really cool. So they're going to fight back against them. And then if we move forward right here, we actually get a really cool look at Lloyd's hydromech right here. And I think that it just looks fantastic here in animation. I wasn't too wowed by my one look at the set because it was kind of leaked in an official LEGO post on Instagram. So we have had a look at a part of the set, and I think it looks really great here in animation though. Nonetheless, I think it looks really cool with the claw, and just the design looks pretty unique as well. And then we get to see some of those sort of guards going up against them, kind of shooting some blasts at them as well. We get to see the mech sort of just going over there. It looks just so cool. And then we get a look at Wu here. We get to see Wu, Cole, Kai, Misako, and then Rei as well. And I have a bit of a theory that potentially, because on the poster for Seabound, we saw that Kai and Cole weren't in like their scuba suits. So I'm really interested if maybe within the show, within the context of it, they're not going to go underwater with Nya, like Jay and Lloyd and all of them, and Zane as well. I think that they might be staying on the surface with Rei, Misako, and Wu. So that would be a little bit disappointing, honestly, to not get to see them get their own scuba suits within the show. So it's going to be a little bit weird, but I feel like that's kind of the direction that they're going in here, just from what I can tell from the trailer. So it's really interesting, but I am glad to see that Wu, Misako, and Rei are going to get a role in the season, because I wasn't sure if they were just going to be written off of it for the rest of the season and everything else would just take place in the ocean as they stayed back at the monastery. But what's really interesting here is that we get to kind of see them going up against Kalmar here on the surface. So it seems that Kalmar does make it onto the surface, and this honestly kind of looks like the Explorers Club as well. So that's really interesting. I'm wondering if they're coming for an artifact or something like that. So that would be really interesting to kind of see. We get to see Wu colliding with Kalmar right there, which is really cool. I'm very excited to see that fight. We get to see a super cool shark right here going up against Lloyd, and I think that looks so cool. I would love to see that in actual LEGO form. I'm not sure if we'll wind up getting that at some point, but the shark looks so cool there with those glowing purple eyes, and just the design overall looks pretty amazing. We get to see Lloyd fighting against it as well, once again in the hydromech right here, and it seems like there are two hydromechs right here, so it might just be another thing where it's just a generic sort of mech that the ninja are using underwater, and then within the set it's kind of just more marketed as Lloyd's mech. And then we get a look at Nya here, seems to be getting hit by the blast, and we get to see her kind of getting infused with the energy pulse there. So definitely a really cool shot right there. I think it looks absolutely spectacular. So I really do love the look of that. We get to see some green here. I'm not sure what it's honestly coming from, but it seems to be around some of the mechs right there, like Lloyd's mech. So very interesting. We got a very nice close-up of Kalmar right here, just looking awesome. Such a cool design, so I really do love that a lot. Then we see Lloyd right here looking pretty cool. We get a little glimpse at his scuba suit right there, so I do like that as well. And then we get another small look here, which you can actually kind of see some of like the temple back there, or whatever it's going to be called, the water temple or whatever you want to call it. So that's cool. You get to see some of the marine sort of life around here, so very interesting. And then the hydromech just kind of in the middle of it, so that's super cool as well. So yeah, just a really cool trailer. I'm definitely very excited for this. We got another small look there at Lloyd as well, it seems, or maybe even Nya in the mech right there, it kind of looks like, but definitely very exciting. I'm really looking forward to the following episodes in the season. Of course, I've seen the first two and I've done reactions and reviews for all of those, so if you want to check them out, be sure to check out the channel. It is highly appreciated. And also let me know your thoughts on this trailer down below. Did I miss anything in the breakdown? Because be sure to let me know, and I might do a future video on something that I might have missed. But there's actually a bonus piece of information that I wanted to add to the video here, and it is the episode descriptions for episodes 9 and 10, which are going to be airing on May 2nd of 2021, which is very exciting, not too far away, and I'm really excited to share this info here. So let's start with episode 9. Alright, so episode 9 is going to be titled The Storm Amulet. amulet, and this description reads, Nia and the ninja race to obtain the storm amulet before Prince Kalmar can obtain it and use it to awaken the Doomsday Serpent Wojira. So this is really interesting here, that we could be going back and returning to the island where we could see the Keepers once again, and I think that would be really exciting because of course we left the storm amulet over there. But what's really interesting is in the next episode description, so let's move to that one, which is going to be episode 10, and that is titled Riddle of the Sphinx. And this one says, in Ninjago City, Wu, Cole, Kai, Rei, and Misako must get into the Explorers Club and recover the storm amulet before King Kalmar and his troops. So this is really interesting. It sounds like the storm amulet wound up being taken from the island and put into the Explorers Club, so I'm really curious if Clutch Powers did wind up stealing the amulet and taking it to the Explorers Club, or if this was someone else's doing. But nonetheless, it seems to wind up over there, so they wind up kind of involving the other ninja as well, or Kai and Cole, and then Misako, Wu, and Rei. So very exciting there. I'm really curious to see that confrontation between them and Kalmar, so I'm very excited for that and how that is going to end up resulting there, because I think it's going to wind up being a really cool fight that they're going to go up against there. And then I believe there's only 2 more episodes after these 2, because it'll go up to 12 episodes, and then with the island ones it'll be a 16 episode season as a whole. So very exciting here. I think those are some super cool episode descriptions there, but that's all I have to say for the episodes. Thanks so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, it would be highly appreciated if you could leave a like, also subscribe as well, and I will see you all next time. And always remember, keep on collecting.